What's going on, everyone? Today's a video that I have actually been waiting to do for a while now. This video is my Blu-ray collection. You're going to finally see every movie I have here. And we're not going to get through them all today, so it's probably a two-part video. I'm hoping to leave 3 of the little cubes today. But we'll start from top to bottom. A couple of things you need to know about my collection. It's kind of in my version of an alphabetical order. But, I don't know, alphabet, it starts with A, ends with Z. But some of them are either placed for alphabetical order. Either it's their franchise movies, and some of my franchise movies aren't all together. Like my Planet of the Apes movies, Dawn's up in D and Rises in R. And my James Bond movies are, well, I've only got 3 of them, the 3 Daniel Craig, and they're just split apart. So, I think I'll tell you when that happens. So this is one that's already starting to move away from the alphabetical order, first one. But I deem this movie too worthy to be down the bottom of my shelf where not people can see it. That's Wolf of Wall Street. This is one of my all-time favourite movies. In my list, I think it's about third. Yeah, well, it's in my top 10 list. I love it. It's high up there. It's a fantastic movie. Love it. A Nightmare on Elm Street collection. This is one of my newer Blu-ray collections that I have. I actually watched the third one the other day. Third one's much better than the second one. Have to watch the rest. Heard that they all go downhill from there. Except for Wes Craven's The New Nightmare. Can't wait to watch the actual full collection. That's what I have to say about that one. Aliens. I don't have Alien. I really want to find Alien. Well, I found it, but I just haven't really had that urge to buy it yet. Still a great movie, but I do love Aliens a lot more. Next in my collection is The Amazing Spider-Man, and follows up The Amazing Spider-Man 2. This one's awesome. This one's great. Andrew Garfield's great in this. Villain's a bit underdeveloped, but it's nowhere near as bad as a villain as the one in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Electro was fine. No, Electro was so just well, he wasn't forced, but Electro was so just and it's in Australia it's called Rise of Electro. You can't really read that there. And this movie didn't even focus on Electro. It had so much shit in it. It was like all muddled together. The tone was all over the place. It just wasn't a good movie in general. I got this as a gift. That's why I have it. And plus, you can't really have one without the other. Now we have 2 more franchise movies. One of them is Anchorman, and you can guess what the other one is. It's Anchorman 2. This one's so much better than this one. I got this because this did make me laugh in the movies, but nowhere near as much as this. This one just got stupid. Yeah, it falls from the, this is a bit late. Like, if this was done a couple years ago, it'd be funnier. But this one is still an okay comedy. This is that extended one, which is much worse than the actual normal one. There's 763 more jokes in this one, and I would say about 760 of them fall flat. This is a movie that not many people actually notice, but once I tell you what it is, you guys will go, oh yeah, that one. And this is Are We Officially Dating? Now, this is called in America That Awkward Moment, which, yeah, so that's what we have in Australia. It's called Are We Officially Dating? And that's not very appealing. Like, the movie apparently, well, the movie is, lots of people say it's a chick flick for guys. Like, it's a guy flick, but not like a Die Hard. It's like, yeah, it's our version of a chick flick. But, you would never see that with that cover and that title, so that's why I think That Awkward Moment with the actual picture of the 3 guys, which it still does have on the back, would be a lot more appealing to guys. Here's one of my favourite Ben Affleck performances, both behind the camera and in front of the camera. That's Argo. Argo is awesome, it's fantastic, deserved to win Best Picture. John Goodwin's great in it, Alan Tudyk, I think, he's great in it. Bryan Cranston's even in it too, it's awesome, love it. Here we go, here's actually a TV show, and this is the first season of Arrow. I've not finished watching it. I've had it for ages now, but I haven't finished watching it, and yeah, so that's what I'm going to say. I've watched about the first 10 episodes, really enjoy it, can't wait to finish watching it. Here's kind of my first collection. This was given to me as a present. If I were to go back in time and do something with my Blu-rays, it would be able to stop the person who gave me this. Not that it's bad, it's probably the best collection of movies I have, but I would like to buy them all separately. Now, this is Avengers, this Avengers 6 movie collection. It's literally Iron Man 1, 2, Hulk, The Incredible Hulk, not the Ang Lee one, that's shit. The Incredible Hulk, Captain America 1, Thor 1, I feel like I'm missing Avengers 2, so yeah, they're all in there, and I'd rather have them all separately, so that's just under A for Avengers, even though it's like all of them one, but yeah. Here we have one of my favourite comedies of last year. It's not my favourite, it's not even my second favourite, but one of my favourites, and that is Bad Neighbours with Seth Rogen and Zac Efron. This is a great comedy. It's funny. It's got that Seth Rogen humor where it's like weird. Here we have my favorite franchise of movies, and that's Back to the Future 1, 2. I'm kidding. Back to the Future 3 is alright. I just haven't watched it yet since I've had it for like 2 years. Now Back to the Future 1 is actually my all-time favorite movie. I actually have a poster of it up there. The light's in it, but next to Daryl there and the Adelaide Crows poster. But basically, Back to the Future 1 is my all-time favorite movie. I love this movie so much. Back to the Future 2 is nearly as great. It's 2015 now, so it's kind of funny that this is on here. And Back to the Future 3 is just alright. It's not the best. But yeah, that's Back to the Future. And here we go. We have the DC franchise after we just kind of had the Marvel franchise. But we have the Batman franchise. You know, this is Batman Begins and Dark Knight in the same kind of collection. This is the first Blu-ray I actually got. Then we got The Dark Knight Rises. My favourite out of all of them is The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight is once again one of my favourite movies. It's probably second to Back to the Future, then Wolf of Wall Street. Batman Begins is great too. It's a great franchise starter for the Nolan movies. The Michael Keaton Batman is just awesome too. That's just fun. Oh, he's kind of dark too, but it's just cool. Like one of my favourite scenes is Jack Nicholson's Joker, and he's going through he goes to the library. He's got Prince playing, and he's running through the art showcase, and it's just destroying all the paintings. That's an awesome sequence. And we have reached my very first terrible movie on my shelf. I have a couple of these. These are all gifts. Some of them I may have bought, and I'll tell you. But this one's definitely a gift. This is Battleship. This movie sucks. Here we have another franchise of movies, and these are the Bourne movies. Great. Okay. Yeah, I can't wait. Well, the next Bourne movie's been pushed back. I can't tell you when. But yeah, these really good franchise. Really do like most of them. I like Bourne Legacy. It's okay, but it's not as great as the original. And now we have one of the coolest movies I've ever seen. That's Cabin in the Woods. This movie is awesome. It just takes all the cliches of horror movies and just spins them on top of the head. It's fun, it's enjoyable, I really like it. And this is the first single Marvel movie I have, and this is Captain America and the Winter Soldier. We have Captain America and the Winter Soldier. This is my second favourite standalone Marvel movie. First one you'll see later on. One of my favourite Tom Hanks performance next. It's not my favourite, but it's one of them. And that's Captain Phillips. This movie is awesome. I love it. It's great. It's just, oh, it's amazing. And yeah, this is actually one of my newer ones. Like, I got 6 new movies, and I'll tell you when I get them. Oh, Officially Dating was one of them, so that's 2 down. Now we have our first Bond movie. This is Casino Royale. This is my favourite Bond movie all time ever. I really did love it. That scene where it's just like with the rope and this, oh, that bit, I can't barely watch that bit, but I do really love this movie. Now we have my all-time favourite found footage film, and that is Chronicle. Chronicle, this is awesome. Like, the guy, this is awesome. This is awesome. The director of this movie is directing the Fantastic Four movie, which people were having a bit of problems with, and also starring Michael B. Jordan, which was in that awkward moment, which I'm just going to call it that now because I hate the Australian title. No, but this is this is my favourite found footage film. I think it's the only one I have on my Blu-ray collection. I do have Paranormal Activity 4 somewhere down there, but that's just not talking about that on DVD because DVD sucks. Now we have my favourite horror movie. Yes, this is my favourite horror movie, and that is The Conjuring. This movie's awesome, it's scary, it's based on a true story, which I really do like. Next movie is my second favourite movie of last year. So if you watched my best of 2014, you know what this movie is. And this movie is Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Love this movie so much. Well, better than Rise, and I really did enjoy Rise. We have possibly my second favourite Scorsese movie, The Departed. This movie is awesome. I love it. DiCaprio, Wahlberg, Damon, Sheen, forgetting someone. Alec Baldwin's in it too. I'm pretty sure I forgot someone, but I will come back to that. Then we have my favourite action movie franchise, just the first 3. And even number 4 is okay too, and it's Die Hard. Yep. Die Hard 1, 2, 3, 4 is okay. But then they got let down by A Good Day to Die Hard, which was one of the shittiest movies I've ever seen. this movie just sucks. So next we have possibly my favourite Quentin Tarantino movie. It's Django Unchained. I really love this movie. DiCaprio's awesome in it. Christoph Waltz, and I think, yeah, best screenplay, won best screenplay at the Oscars for a reason. Christoph Waltz is amazing in this movie. Jamie Foxx is good, amazing. Samuel Jackson's amazing, and Leonardo DiCaprio is amazing. I really do love this movie. Next we have my favourite American comedy movie, and that is Dumb and Dumber. I'm actually seeing Dumb and Dumber 2 later on today, and I can't wait to watch that. Heard it's not even near as good as the first one, but I'm excited to see it because I love these two on screen together in this movie. This is my favourite. This is the movie that makes me laugh the most. Next we have a movie that actually really did surprise me last year, and it's kicking off the E section, and it's the only movie with the letter E in it, and it's Edge of Tomorrow with the 3D cover on it. It's awesome. I love this movie. Tom Cruise is great. Emily Blunt's great. Bill Paxton is great. Love it. This is just one franchise of movies, and this is one of my favourite franchises. I have a lot of favourites, but this is one of them. And that is the Fast and Furious franchise. 1's great, 2's underrated, 3's underrated, 4's okay, 5's great, 6 is awesome, and 7 will be heartbreaking and good too. It'll be awesome. Can't wait to see Jason Statham. Can't wait to see Paul Walker's final appearance on screen in a movie. Just can't wait for this number 7 to come out. And finally, out the top two shelves on my collection is Fight Club, David Fincher film. Love this movie so much. Could watch it anytime. Twist got me first time I saw it, and I just love this movie so much. Next is my favourite Tom Hanks performance. Love this movie so much. It's awesome. It gets me every time. I love seeing just all the stuff and all that throwbacks to stuff that's happened, and that is Forrest Gump. I love this movie. Next we have one of my other favourite horror movies, which is Friday the 13th. Love this movie. It is awesome. It's just fun. Kevin Bacon's in it. How can you not love it? Next we have one of the most overrated animated movies. Not that it's not good. This is a great animated movie, but now I think it's starting to get overrated, and that is Frozen. Frozen's starting to get a little bit overrated, like I said before, but it's still fun for the family, and it's got a good story in it. Next movie is Ghostbusters. Love Ghostbusters. That's why I have the shirt. Actually, you know, I have the shirt, Ghostbusters. It's got this great symbol on it. I love this movie so much. My favourite Bill Murray movie, one of my favourite movies to be in the... just be up there. This movie is amazing. I watched it last night again because I got bored. And you know what? I could just watch this movie anytime. I love it so much. I have Gladiator, one of the most awesome movies I've ever seen. Russell Crowe's great, won Best Picture for a reason. Ridley Scott's a great director. Next we have probably... people say one of the greatest trilogies of all time, but like all movies, the third one is not good. It's not that good, and that is the Godfather trilogy. Now, people are gonna be shocked. I have all these. I've only ever seen number 1. I haven't got around to watching these two yet. Heard this one is better than the first. Number 2 is better than the first, but it gets very long. And number 3, I told you, just don't bother watching it, but I'm still gonna watch it, cause you know, why not? And now we have my first steelbook. This is another one of the new movies I got. I waited till it came down, and I got this for like $24. It's a 3D steelbook of Gareth Edwards' Godzilla. I love this movie. It's not one of my favourite movies, but I love a good tease in a movie, and this movie teased me well. The end battle between the Modus, I don't know, if I butcher that, you'll tell me if you're watching and care to comment. This movie is awesome. I love it. The end battle is amazing. When you see Godzilla with his like atomic acid, whatever it is, breath, it's coming out. It's so fulfilling. I love it. This movie we have is another one of my favourite Martin Scorsese movies. Just like I love nearly all of his movies. I think this is the last one I have of him. Maybe not. I actually can't tell you all the movies I have here. And that is Goodfellas. I love Goodfellas. It's awesome. It's amazing. Ray Liotta's great. Robert De Niro's great. Joe Pesci's great. It's awesome. And one of my favourite, my favourite Robin Williams performance is Good Will Hunting. I love Good Will Hunting. Such a good movie, such a good story. It's awesome. I love it. Next we have probably the most overrated movie I've ever seen in my life. And being honest, this movie is not that good, and that's Gravity. Won too many Academy Awards. Just wasn't that great of a film. It's a bit boring after you watch it. I have it on 3D. Just the other reason I have this was to test out the 3D TV that we got, and it looks great in 3D. I mean, it's amazing in 3D, but the movie's just not that good. Next, we have a movie which I have not seen, and it's my sister's movie, and don't give hate, but I've never seen this. It's Great Gatsby. Can't say that much about it. Now we have my favourite Marvel standalone movie. Starts with G, we all know what it is, and that is Guardians of the Galaxy. I have my steelbook of it. I don't have it in 3D because I saw it in 3D in cinemas, so I didn't even think that was that great in 3D. But this movie is just fantastic in every way possible. The acting's great, the characters are great, the villain's good. Maybe I jumped the shark when I was saying it's great in every way, but the villain's good too. Hangover Part 2. I did not have the Hangover 1, I did not have the Hangover 3. I do not like the Hangover Part 2, it was a gift, but I really want to get the Hangover 1 now that I'm looking like an idiot. That I don't actually have it, but I have number 2. And now we have one of my favourite movies of, not last year, but the year before, 2013. And that's Her. Her is awesome, it's amazing, I love Her. Wait. Okay, Her came out in 2013. Good. I don't think it came out in 2014 here in Australia, but I really do like Her. Joaquin Phoenix. I butchered that. I know. It's great, and it's great. Rooney Mara's great. Scarlett Johansson's great as the voice of that chick. Chris Pratt's in it. I love Chris Pratt so much. I'm starting to these movies now, and that's The Hobbit. I actually have 3 copies of the first Hobbit film. I have the normal DVD Blu-ray copy. I have the 3D Blu-ray copy, and I have the extended edition of it. I actually haven't watched the extended edition of it, and I did not have the extended edition of The Desolation of Smaug. I want it, and I will get it, but I just don't have it right now. And then I also have The Desolation of Smaug in 3D. Like I said, I want the extended edition. But now we have a funny movie, which is Horrible Bosses. I do like this comedy very much. Got 3 comedies in a row. We have Hot Tub Time Machine, which is another one of my first Blu-rays I've got. And we have Hot Fuzz. Now this is one of my favourite British comedies. It's not my favourite British comedies, but it's still an awesome movie. Okay, this is the last shelf for part 1 because we're running out of time, and I see my battery and my film things going low. So, yeah, let's do this. Alright, starting up the last shelf of this video. How to Train Your Dragon 1 and 2. You know my thoughts on this movie. I love 2. I love 1 and I love 2 even more. I love these movies, they're great. Probably some of my favourite animation movies. Next we have is a series that's still going in the movies, and I actually thoroughly enjoy. I actually enjoyed number 1 a lot, and I love number 2. And then the one that just came out, but I'm just going to say this so I don't have to keep like spoiling it. They're the Hunger Games movies. Really did enjoy this one. Love this one, and I really did enjoy Mockingjay Part 1. As a person who's read and loved the books, I really do enjoy these movies a lot. And now we have my second favourite Christopher Nolan movie. Inception. Love this movie. It's a really enjoyable time to sit down and watch it. You have to really think about it, but once you get the concept of it, you can like it even more. I love this movie so much. Alright, now we have another one of my favourite franchises, and that's the Indiana Jones franchise. I've talked about this one in another video. I love 1, I love 2, I absolutely adore number 3. Number 4 is a piece of shit that should have never been made. Here we have Inglourious Basterds, another one of my favourite Quentin Tarantino movies. Love it, enjoy it, love it, enjoy it, love it, enjoy it. Inside Man, my dad's movie, he loves it so much. I don't understand why he loves it so much. I do like this movie, it's enjoyable. Insidious, another very good horror movie, really do enjoy it. Here we go, here's an actual Australian made, not really a movie. It's made for TV, and it is a 2-part kind of, I'll call it a miniseries. So it's a 2-part television movie, I'll just call it that. And that is In Excess, Never Tear Us Apart. I really loved watching this when it was on TV, and now I watch it all the time. In Excess is one of my favourite bands, and I love them so much. Really do enjoy this show slash movie. I call it a movie. Really enjoy this movie. Love it so much. Iron Man 3, one of the most disappointing Marvel movies I've seen, and I really do. I like it, but it's really disappointing as a reader of the comics, knowing who the Mandarin is. Can't wait for him to see the Mandarin on screen. It was a huge letdown for me. Jack Reacher, very good Tom Cruise movie, very underrated, really do enjoy it. That's what I have to say about that. Jersey Boys, I watched it again, and now I can understand what people were saying. It's not as good as I thought it was in that thing before, but I still enjoy this movie. Jurassic Park in 3D, no. Really do love the score of the movie. The movie's amazing, can't wait for Jurassic World to come out. Now this actually was probably one of my first Blu-rays, and I've seen that for a couple, but this, I remember actually going to buy this. kick-ass. I only bought it because someone recommended that I watch this one scene, you know, when Hit Girl's running down the hallway and taking out all these people. I do love this film. I think it's cool, it's fun. I like Aaron Johnson. Well, it's Aaron Johnson in this movie, but his name's changed now. Kick-Ass 2, not as good. What to say about that? One of the worst, probably the worst movie I have in my Blu-ray collection. And that includes X-Men The Last Stand, X-Men Wolverine, Die Hard. I probably have some more in there, but Boy 2, The Kings of Mykonos. This movie's absolutely terrible. One of my favourite animated movies. Well, not my favourite, but one up there. It's a Lego movie. The Lego movie, really do love this movie. Everything in this movie is awesome. Now we have my all-time favourite animated movies. I might say that this is one of my favourite, but this is my favourite animated movie of all time. I love this movie. You probably saw it when I glimpsed a couple like that. It is The Lion King Diamond Edition. I love this movie so much. I can watch it any day of the week. And now, ending this video comes one of my favourite Mark Wahlberg performances, and that was in The Lone Survivor. My sister's friend, read the book. He said this movie's nowhere near as good as the book. But I love this movie. I love seeing them. I love seeing the US Navy. Yeah, I love seeing the Navy SEALs training montage when this movie starts out. It's by the same guy who directed Battleship. I love this movie. So guys, that finishes my first half of my Blu-ray collection. Second half will be coming soon, but I can't wait to do that. I'm actually going to film it. I don't have time to film it now, but I'll film it on a different day, and I can't wait to bring that to you. So, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for part 2 coming maybe in the next couple of days, but once again, I'm Alex. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, do all that stuff. Comment if you want. But once again, thank you for watching, and we're going to end with the clap. 1, 2, 3.